Welcome to Vacation Bible School, 2 fish, 5 loaves, 1 Lord. Today is lesson 2 on the guitar. Yesterday, you remember, if you look at your fretboard, the 2 dots toward the top of the neck, you take your ring finger and your middle finger, and the middle finger is placed right on the first dot and the ring finger on the second. Remember to keep the neck of the guitar straight up and down. Don't tilt it back to C. Just bend way over if you have to. And you remember, as soon as we have our fingers there, we look to make sure that there's nothing between our fingers and the guitar. It's not touching any of the strings or the neck. And then we have to make sure that our 2 fingers are only touching those 2 strings. And when they're in place, we strum, and that's called an E minor chord. Now, when you're playing your E minor chord, if it doesn't sound quite like that, you may have to make an adjustment. For example, if it sounds like this, that means that somewhere your hand is touching the strings, probably your palm. So look at it, see if you can move your palm a little farther away so that there is a space between your palm and the guitar neck. Now your fingers might be tilted also. If you tilt them down like this, they'll hit the strings. So you have to make sure that they are as straight up and down on the strings as you can. So let's try again with our middle finger on the top string and our ring finger on the next string over. Make sure our fingers are straight up and down. Make sure the neck of the guitar is straight up and down and not turned. And make sure your palm isn't touching in the back. So now let's try our E minor chord again. We have to have our fingers straight up and down. Don't turn them so they hit other strings. Pretty much straight up and down. The neck has to be straight up and down. Not turned so you can see, but straight up and down. And your palm in the back can't be touching anything. So now that we've done all that, let's look at our positioning again, make sure we're on the right strings, and strum. Oh, it's a beautiful E minor chord. And this is the first chord of the song. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. Now, I'm going to give you a preview of the next chord in the song. It's very easy, but you'll need to practice. And you'll need to practice switching back and forth between these 2. Now, what do we do for the second chord? Well, on your fretboard, you can see that there are red circles, at least on mine. Yours may be different colored. But we have been playing the 2 green circles. That is the E minor chord. But now we're going to play on the red dots. So what we do is we take our 2 fingers and just move them down 1 string. That's all. We were up here starting on the 2nd string. Now we're going to just move them over to the 3rd string. But what about that red dot at the top? There's a red dot right here also. So what we do is we put our 2 fingers on the red dots. Remember, We started where the green dots were. Now we moved down one string, and now we take our first finger and put it on the red dot. And we really have to make sure that finger is straight up and down because it wants to curl over and hit other strings. So straight up and down on that little red dot way up near the top. And then our other two fingers have moved down one string. This is called an A minor. And remember, your palm can't be touching. Your fingers should be as straight up and down as they can be. I mean, they do have to bend at the knuckles, of course, but as straight up and down as we can make them. And then we strum. Remember, if you get this, you're touching other strings. But just practice until you can make a beautiful A minor chord. And that's our guitar lesson for day 2. By the end of the week, you will be playing guitar with confidence and singing about our lives as Christians. They will know we are Christians by our love. God bless you.